July 2024, another communication with Sir Mark Rowley. Dear Sir Mark, yet again we cross swords on policy. You are the bent trying to recruit the bent. It's simple. How can a junior manager move from shooting dead a nice young Brazilian gentleman at Stockwell Tube Station to being the chief commissioner? The role you now hold. You now wish to recruit. It's a scum charter. Let's talk furthermore about Messrs. Carrick and Cousins. For the past 3 months or so I have been receiving messages courtesy of Google telling me that I would like to know about your disciplinary hearings. They all say the same. If he was still an officer we would sack him. But he has committed a criminal offense. All your little campaign does is pass corrupt policing down the line to newbies. The officer in question gets allowed to go off and commit other crimes, speeding, rape, burglary, he or she gets a clean sheet. I know that crime quotas have been a thing since the 80s in the Metropolitan Police. Because they resign they can do what they want. No question. How did your officers treat the family and family of friends of the lovely young lady murdered by your constable cousins? Well, the answer is publicly available on more than one channel. Corrupt, incapable and incorrect policing has been going on for far too long. Operation Countryman for example. I can remember seeing this firsthand very aggressively back in 1989, in fact this Sunday, the 21st of July, will mark the anniversary of a prosecution for an offense that actually did not happen. Perhaps the individual officer will explain their own actions at 7:30 on that morning. If that was a red light was on red and the driver of the saloon car in question was speeding, then my mother is Boris Johnson and my father is Rishi Sunak. I should not need to explain to you the basics of genetics. I am pale-skinned. Let us move forward to the current day. I am no longer a resident of the Metropolitan Police area. A few months ago, a friend's 14-year-old daughter was raped in your jurisdiction on her way from school. For the love of the baby Jesus and the Virgin Mary, all you have done is take some statements. If it was my daughter, you and every single one of your officers involved would be regretting either leaving the vagina or the test tube. You need to have a sort out. Do it now. The Metropolitan Police are incapable. I am not going to bother discussing my own battle with a certain provincial police force involving a police officer or police officers still unknown who stole over £19,000 worth of valuables from my home. Bent pigs. Corrupt police. The whole country needs to eradicate this, and not just you. My comments on your fellow senior police officer are here. You can find out some more about my battle with a certain police force here. My policy in terms any police officer or bent pig is here. I am steadfast in my own belief that the Tough Tea Club or the Irish Republican Army would make better police officers in the United Kingdom. Your recruitment drive is wrong, incorrect, and incapable and without real merit. You only seek to recruit the next generation of corrupt police officers. Ask yourself, Sir Mark. Are you proud of police officers engaging in these type of activities? How can you in all correct consciousness try and recruit the correct young when you have so many disciplinary issues outstanding? It beggars belief. What's the plan? Replace one bent officer with another. I know for a fact you have recruited an officer with a police record more than once. You asked the public for support the last time we corresponded and I was more than forthright in my responses then, but this latest skit has more than just an air of the Thornton Heath High Road bad pub comedian about it. Bottom line. Yes, back to basics did not work for John Major and the Conservative Party back in the early 90s. The world and Sir Peter Imbert's horse know about Miss Whiplash as do many members of Parliament at the time, but you have to clean the decks of your own mess first. You can ask them if you are not aware of this tour de force of the time. I have viewed a video of you being cross-examined by Lee Anderson MP, Ashfield, at a parliamentary committee. I personally am no fan of Lee's, but he did have a very big and very correct point. He reminds us that you took a career break from the police force of circa 5 years. He says that this break is not long enough. I agree. Your flippant and facetious response tells a very important story. That story is that you and every other police officer treats the people that pay your wages with utter contempt. I refer to my previous paragraph but 1. You are the most senior police officer in this Britannic Majesty's United Kingdom. You must lead my proper example and clean up poor policing first before making a recruitment statement. What you have done here is poor leadership. If you were under my command, I would have sacked you and all of your direct SLT reports on the spot after this. Basic leadership is not difficult. It's people such as yourself that make it so. If I was police commissioner, we have every single issue dealt with within a quarter of a year. Correct leadership. I will close now, but I make a warning to all police staff. If you are reading this without a justifiable case against me, and this case must come to the courts within 90 days of this post being made on my website, then I will not stop until the individual officer and their line managers are prosecuted with custodial consequences for wasting police time, which is a criminal offense. You have been warned. Also, a warrant of arrest in view of my previous paragraph must be served against me within an hour of your staff's visit to this post on LinkedIn or to my website or other profiles. You will be aware of my police policy, which applies to all staff or officers of every United Kingdom police force, as the link has been provided above. I will leave no stone unturned in pursuing Sir Mark Rowley and any member of his staff or any police organisation even if Sir Mark is only very remotely responsible or not for the individual actions of individual staff or officers. This may be out with the Metropolitan Police as per the job specification for the Chief of Police for the Metropolis, which is commonly available online, but hey ho. If you are a serving police officer or member of police staff and you are viewing this post or my website via a police computer, then you are committing the offense of wasting police time / which is a criminal offense. You will have committed a crime by reading this far on a police computer network. We all know that the crime of wasting police time comes with a tariff of 3 months in prison. I was surprised by the high number of visits from a police network from your last correspondences. How you could let police officers waste police time like that is beyond me.